It's not just a weapon, it's the strongest stuff I've ever crafted. But first, we need to choose the right base. Ideally, we're looking for a magic item with +7 to fire skills and a good damage prefix like increased fire damage or gain % damage of any type. Why is it so important? Because from this point we can fully deterministically craft a very decent stuff with all 6 modifiers that will benefit your damage output. But getting the right base can be extremely challenging. So what can we do? We can try to find magic item with only +2 skill levels. Or we can use Recombinator trying to recom +7 with some good damage prefix. But chances to success are pretty low, even when using Omen of Recombination. You can drastically increase your chances by recomming +7 with some bad prefix that you can delete in the future with Desecration. But each of these steps will add complexity to the craft and even more gamble. So what options do we have? First, magic item with +7 and a good damage mod and prefix. This is ideal base to craft, simple and fully deterministic. Second, magic item with only +2 skills. Very decent base with slight chance to fail one of the mods. Third, recom rare item with 2 good mods. A bit of gamble on suffixes, but still very decent base to craft. Recom rare item with +7 and 1 bad prefix mod. This is more complex option with even more gamble. Finally, we can use white exceptional base. I will not tell you in this video how to craft this one, because crafting costs can easily go for hundreds of divines. So now we get the perfect base. In this case, we really want to fill suffixes first, and now we'll tell you why. We have 2 open suffixes on the item. If we use Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation, we'll force next exalted orb to add a modifier of the same type as an existing modifier on the item. Each mod got its own tags. Like our +2 fire skills got elemental, fire, caster, and our prefix got damage, elemental, and fire. What options do we have in suffixes that can share the same tags? We have plus level of all spells, but we cannot hit it because we already have +2 skills on our item. What else? We have cast speed, critical hit chance, and critical damage bonus. So if we use Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation, we can guarantee 2 out of 3 of these mods, which is perfectly fine. All of these mods are super good for most of the builds. But what if we want to guarantee a certain outcome? What if we want specifically cast speed or critical hit chance on our weapon? This is where essences come to play. While using greater essences, we can turn our magic item into a rare item with guaranteed modifier. It's the same as Regal Orb, but with fixed result. So we can use Greater Essence of Alacrity to add cast speed, or Greater Essence of Seeking to add critical hit chance. In this case, I will use Greater Essence of Alacrity because I really want to have cast speed on my weapon, and I don't want to gamble on it. So we're just activating it with the right mouse button and left click on the item. Just like that. Now we have to fill the remaining suffix. So we will use Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation to hit the same modifiers we already have, and Omen of Dextral Exaltation to hit only suffix modifiers. In this case, I will use Greater Exalted Orb, but if you try to craft the best weapon for yourself, it's better to use Perfect Exalts. Okay, so now we have suffixes filled. What next? It's super simple. We're activating Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation once again, together with Omen of Greater Exaltation to hit 2 modifiers at once. We don't need to use Omen of Sinistral Exaltation because we already have all suffixes filled, and prefixes are the only modifiers we have. Boom! Just like that. Now we add sockets, quality it, and we're ready for the final step. This step is definitely not for everyone, because there is a huge chance you can brick your item. So don't do it if you're not ready to lose it. We will take Omen of Corruption and use Vaal Orb for any good outcome. Third socket will be perfect, but not this time. Now we will take the second base with only +2 skills. So what should we do? As usual, fill suffixes first. I will need cast speed on this weapon, so we're using greater essence of alacrity. Bam! Now I want to do something different over here, so I will use Omen of Dextral Necromancy to hit only suffix modifiers. Next, we will activate Omen of Leech to guarantee our next desecration will hit Amanamo modifiers. Next, we will use Buon to add this modifier to the weapon. Now we have to unveil it in the Well of Souls. We're looking for one specific Amanamo modifier, and its chance to block. So we activate Omen of Abyssal Echoes to have 2 attempts, put our weapon in the well, and hope for the best. If you are not satisfied with the result, you can always use Omen of Light with Omen of Annulment to delete this modifier and start this process once again. Once we finish with suffixes, it's time for prefixes. But here we can have a problem. You see, if we use Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation, there is a slight chance to hit spell damage plus mana hybrid, because it have caster tag. This way, we will add mana tag to our weapon, and this will give a chance to roll maximum mana on the next step. Maximum mana is not a good outcome if you look at this from the damage perspective. It's much better to roll something else, but it is what it is. So we're activating Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation together with Omen of Greater Exaltation to hit 2 modifiers at once. Once again, we don't need to use Omen of Sinistral Exaltation to hit prefixes because we already feel all suffixes. Okay, if we hit Mana Hybrid, there's no need to use Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation on the next step, because we already have all possible tags that can roll on prefix. If we don't hit mana, perfect, we can use Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation and feel the last prefix. The next base we have is Recom Rare base with 2 good modifiers. We want to fill suffixes first, but because it's a rare item, we can no longer use Greater Essence of Alacrity, because it have to be used on a magic item to transform it into a rare item. So we're forced to skip that step and add a little bit more gamble into the craft. We're activating Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation together with Omen of Greater Exaltation to hit 2 modifiers at once, and Omen of Dextral Exaltation to hit only suffix modifiers. Now we're taking Greater or Perfect Exalted Orb and hope for the best. Okay, now we have suffixes filled, let's go for prefixes. Once again, we activate an Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation together with Omen of Greater Exaltation and hit that prefixes. Done! The final base for today is Recom Rare base with +7 and 1 bad prefix. First of all, we have to get rid of the bad modifier. To do it, we'll use Omen of Sinistral Crystallization. For our next Perfect or Corrupted Essence, we'll remove only prefix modifiers. Next, Essence of the Abyss, to remove it with Mark of the Abyssal Lord. Oh, I didn't know it can roll on the suffix. Give me just a couple of seconds, I think I know how to fix it. Okay, we got the new base. Now, we will use Omen of Sinistral Crystallization. For our next Perfect or Corrupted Essence, we'll remove only prefix modifiers. Omen of Sinistral Necromancy, to add only prefix modifiers, and Essence of the Abyss to remove it with Mark of the Abyssal Lord. It didn't work again! And it rolled to the suffix for the second time. Okay, anyway, let's finish the craft. We activate an Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation and Omen of Dextral Exaltation to hit only suffix modifiers. Done. Next, we need to fill prefixes. Once again, Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation together with Omen of Greater Exaltation. Okay, we hit Mana Hybrid, so there is no point of using Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation on the next step. Oh, and we hit second mana roll over here. Okay, now we need to unveil the last mod. And I forgot to use Preserve Buon and replace the mark with Desecration. Now let's unveil it and hope for something good. Nope, we didn't get any good mods. But it's a great example of how just a slight change in recipe can change outcome of the whole craft. I hope you enjoyed this video, so don't forget to subscribe and definitely check this next one.